I've got to say, one of the best things for me getting older, being almost 40 years old, is the lower libido. It sounds crazy hearing that, right? When I was young, and a lot of guys can attest to this, when I was young, my need for sex was in the driver's seat of my life most of the time. Embarrassed to say that, but it's the truth. I could get a call. I could get a call or a text message at 11 o'clock at night, and I had to be up at 5 in the morning. I'm going to jump out of bed like a fireman with every siren going off. I'm going to jump out of bed, get suited and booted faster than the speed of light, rush out the door, fumble my keys, unlocking my car, and race down the interstate like a madman on a mission. That's how it was when I was young. That is for a lot of guys when they're young. Now, being a bit older, maybe it's because I've had enough experience. Maybe it's just the libido drop itself. I look at stuff like that now and I laugh. Just recently, in the last week, I had a chick that I know, good-looking girl. She got a hold of me. She had been drinking. This is probably close to 11 o'clock at night. And she was messaging me, "What's up? How you been?" And we're talking a little bit. And she's like saying, "You should come over." And she lives probably 40 minutes from me. It's not happening. And you guys can roast me if you want. If you guys saw her picture, you'd have been like, "What is wrong with you?" But it's not happening, bro. When I got to get up at 4:35 in the morning now, it's not happening. That's actually a really good feeling when that animal in you is no longer in the driver's seat. Any man that's a little bit older, has had enough experience, they can probably attest to this, that's one beautiful thing. That when you can regain that power where you just don't need it like that. Because I'm going to tell you guys right now, like, it's embarrassing. I could tell you guys some stories. It is embarrassing the amount of time and money and energy and resources and sacrifice that went into chasing pussy when I was young. It's embarrassing. But I don't mind being roasted because I know for the most part it's pretty normal. Like, most men can say they did the same thing to some degree. As I've gotten older, though, not a chance. And let me be clear. I'm not saying I'm above wanting women. Hell no. There's a level of simping I got to fight every day, just like any man. There's a level of desire and animalistic rage in me that I've got to fight every day as a man. Like, it's still there. I'm not above that. But to be able to have the control over the need for it, oh, that feels good. That's empowering. It feels really good. If I could go back, looking back at my life, if I could go back to my early 20s, even through my early 30s, if I could just get through to my younger self and somehow take that animalistic desire out of the driver's seat and put it in the back seat and let my logic and reason and resource acquisition and saving money and investing money, and if I were to let that drive the vehicle of my life, my Lord, my life would be in a much different place than it is right now at 38. Financially, made up a new word, financially, all of it. I think I'd be in a much different place. And I don't really have regrets because, let me be clear, I had a lot of fun. You guys can judge me if you want. I was a man whore myself. I had a lot of fun. But looking back, I went through some crazy hoops to get some of this fun. The amount, the danger I put myself in, the sleep that I lost to chase a pretty girl. It's embarrassing, but it's also funny. Like, I can laugh at myself. And I think most men can. But I'll tell you guys right now, as a 38-year-old man, one of the best feelings for me is I can still want a good-looking woman. I can see something and I can admire it, and I can want it even. But I'm now strong enough to rule over the animalistic desire. My logic and reason is much more in the driver's seat of my life than that animalistic rage, the need for sex. That's a really good feeling. It's a very productive feeling. You can get much more done. You can be more productive, make more money, get more stuff done, enjoy simple things in life that you tend to overlook at the expense of chasing women. Because when you're young, most men, when they're young, everyone can probably agree to this, that when you're young, you overlook a lot of beautiful things in life. You overlook a lot of fun. You overlook a lot of memories. You overlook a lot of everything. You take it for granted at the expense of trying to chase the punani. Hopefully, as you get older, you're able to differentiate that. Hopefully, as you get older, you're able to still admire it, but not let it control you. And again, I'm not saying that I'm above the desire itself, because I'm not. It's still there for sure. But it's no longer in the driver's seat. And that's one of the most powerful places to be as a man. Because like I've said in other videos, almost every single man that I've ever met in my entire life, all of his regrets, almost all of his regrets anyways, have something to do with a woman. They almost all have something to do with a woman. Something they sacrificed they shouldn't have. Amounts of dedication that they put into a woman that they shouldn't have. Amounts of energy wasted trying to get a woman, looking back, that they shouldn't have. Some of them went to jail over women. Some of them lost a car or a house, or they got injured over a woman. They lost time with other loved ones over a woman. They lost good jobs over a woman. Good opportunities in general that they passed on. And I don't hate women. As a man, of course I love women. But I gotta be honest, most men ruin their own lives for women. And for women that wouldn't do the same for them. And 99% of that, in my opinion, is sexual desire, of course. So as a man, if you can get to a place, and hopefully you all will, where that sexual desire no longer rules you and drives most of your decision making and most of your actions in itself, that's a good place to be. That's a powerful place to be. It's a calm, peaceful place to be. I pray that all of you get there. I had to share that because I was driving today and I saw a beautiful girl at the bus stop. And I thought to myself, when I was younger, I would have stopped in the middle of traffic and risked getting in a 12-car pileup to whip a U-turn and go back and try to say something to that girl. I would have cut in front of a semi-truck to try to go back and say something to that girl. And of course, I'm exaggerating to some degree, so don't roast me, but I would have considered it. As you get a little older, though, you can admire it and move on to bigger, better things. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'm sure a lot of you can agree with it. And if not, you probably will soon. So, till next time, guys, God bless. Be well. Take your vitamins. I'm out.